PhD program from IIT Delhi. And my area of expertise is customer analytics and most of a kind of integration of business and how analytics can provide value to the businesses. And I have done two webinars on the topics related to marketing analytics. One was RFM analysis. You can find out on the channel of CellStrat Hub. And other was on the customer lifetime value, how we can predict the customer lifetime value, and that is also available. Apart from that, today we are going to learn one other most important analysis, that is the market basket analysis. And all these analyses are specifically designed, specifically done in order to create and in order to see that how most of the customer data, how we can generate value from the customer data, and how we can actually strategize our business strategies when we have our customer data. Apart from that, today in the market basket analysis, this is one of the most cited analysis I think I have learned in the marketing area and or in the business strategy area. Apart from that, one of the most usage of market basket analysis is when you try to find out the frequent item data set. And this is not just limited to customer data, but rather the market basket analysis is also used into mining big data sets because of the fact that we are able to find out the frequent item set into the big data. So it is also widely used into that aspect of data mining. So today I'll be just sharing my presentation so that we can see that what is market basket analysis, why we do market basket analysis, and basically how we can, in the final, we can use CellStrat Hub to actually utilize the analysis and make insights. So today I have also incorporated one case study just to make sure that how we can actually build insights from these analysis. So I'll be just sharing my screen. Okay. Yeah. So market basket analysis, there are two kinds of analysis that I have personally when in the domain of customer analytics or in the domain of when we do data mining analytics with the customer data. There are two perspectives of customer data that we can utilize. One is from the side of the customer characteristics. So when we do analysis to find out the various characteristics of customer, that is more of a kind of when we try to find out who are our loyal customers, what is their customer lifetime value, or what are other characteristics of customer, who are the retention customers, what is the percentage of retention customers, and so on and so forth. So when we try to identify the characteristic of the customers, the analysis give the insight into the different part. But when we try to find out the characteristic of a product centric, so for example, I'm a company and I want to strategize my product centric strategies or my promotional strategies from the lens of product centric. So then market basket analysis is one of the basic analysis and one of the most widely used analysis that businesses use. And this is the analysis in one of the most efficient recommendation engine also use market basket analysis so as to recommend products for their customers. So what is market basket analysis? So basically, in the first form, the market basket analysis gives you the most frequent products bought by your customers. So if you say if I could portray the two most of the widely seen examples of market basket analysis, one is when you check your flag. So if in the community we are into the research field or we are into content generation, when we do write content for our websites, we try to check the similarity, right? And how this works. So in the similarity index, market basket analysis is one of the basic behind that, because it checks that what is the frequency of your used word and matches with the available web word. So you are not copy paste, or what kind of what is the flag that is coming into your content. Apart from that, all the recommendations that you see when you go and you see a combination of product placed in on a big basket, or you see on Amazon where you see that if you buy, let's say, a bread and butter, you get this much offer, or If you buy bread and butter, you get the a bottle of jam or something. So this is one of the basic examples that comes when you check your websites or any e-com platform, even if it is a very widely used analysis when you go on the offline store. So let's say Walmart, or let's say this, when you go to the stores, all the merchandise planning, how the items are placed together. These are not placed randomly. The placement of items, all the planning of the merchandise planning of the store is also based on the fact that what is the association rule among the products. So when we say that market basket analysis can be performed by various techniques, one of the most widely used technique is the a priori algorithm, where we try to find out the association rule. So what we gain from market basket analysis is the ability to learn more about customer behavior. Why? Because of the fact that if my transaction history shows that I am buying some of the items very frequently, those items might be my characteristic, that those items may portray my behavior. So for example, I'm a health conscious product. I am a health conscious customer, and I'm more probably buying products like on the retail aspect, I'm more probably buying on the products like let's say sugar free or something, some more of a health conscious items. So that portrays my characteristic for a company. So these kind of insights are very useful for a company. No, not only in the retail aspect, but also in the lifestyle aspect, and also in a lot of service-based businesses where they want to identify that what are the services customers are frequently buying. One of the preconditions that I would feel for the market basket analysis is when you have a lot of product depth. So what I mean when I say a lot of product depth, so let's say you are a business where you have a lot of product categories and you have a lot of variants into your products. So when you have these kind of product, or these kind of product portfolio into your businesses, it is very challenging to identify that which are the products that are that are more frequently bought, or which are the products you should put promotion into, or which are the product combination that you should create so that your less selling product should come into the picture. So these are the insights that why we do the market basket analysis. One is to get the ability to do the informed decisions about the product placement, pricing, promotion, and profitability. So the term coined by McCarthy was a product mix. So in a business, there are the four aspects of a business: is their product, their promotion, their pricing strategies, and their placing strategies. So in all these strategies, market basket analysis give some kind of insight. So let's say about your product. So what kind of products your customers are buying more frequently, or what are the combination of products you should place. In case of promotion, it is very useful. In all the sales promotion, you see buy one get two free. These are not randomly placed combination of products. It is always some kind of association that is related. And one of the classic example of market basket analysis is the Walmart strategy, when the Walmart realized, I think in 1989 or something, where people, or mostly men, was buying diaper and beer in the combination on Fridays. So this was a very unexpected, insight. When they saw happening on their, every Friday, they saw there was the highest transaction was in the combination of diapers and beers, and they could then identify that yes, when you have a baby, when in your home, and you want to enjoy your Friday night or something like that. So might be this was the reason the association between the diapers and beer was very high, and they then use this association, and then they use this combination to place other products related to babies, related to your some of the products that they were not selling. So they put a combination offers on beers and on diapers, and they saw that yes, the sales were going up. So for example, if a person walk into the store and he wants to buy a beer and a diaper, and he's seeing some kind of combination offer, he will more probably buy it rather going to some another store and buying from there. So this was something that they realized, and from there it was very significantly proved that it has a direct impact on sales of a business as well. So another kind of strategy that we do, why we do market basket analysis, is to determine which products should be placed near each other, all the merchandise planning. in the, when you go into big stores, or when you go into even into the lifestyle stores, where you see a lot of planning of products placed nearby. So they are not randomly placed, they are placed on the basis of some kind of association among them. Apart from that, we also find out which category of your products are very successful products, and which are category of your products are showing very less sales, and how you can actually mark them up, and how you can put any kind of sales strategy or a promotional strategy towards them. The second, as I told, that when you open your Amazon and you see, buy a product and get a gift, or when you see buy two get three, all these promotions are placed on the basis of these analysis, and there is a significance between the combination of the products, or you are trying to sell something that is not selling, and you place it with the combination of product that is the most selling product of your business. So that's how companies use these analysis to do and to create something valuable out of these results. Another example that you see is the Amazon one, that when you see all these bundle pricing products and all, you see that customers who bought this item also, and you see the customer who frequently buy these products. So when you see all these category of products, they are based on the fact that these are the most frequently bought products by various of customers and in various of transactions. So in the market basket analysis, these are three terms that is very important for us to understand. That is the support, confidence, and lift. So there are other ways we also perform market basket analysis, and one of the advanced forms are also available, because with the big data, it has been very difficult to find the frequent item data set. And one of the example is link analysis, another is, I think, AIS analysis, FP growth analysis. So these are another level of analysis that are also available. But when we see the association rule analysis is very efficient. Why? Because it lies on the very basic concept of probability, where we calculate three aspects of a transaction. So what we are saying here is that if X and Y is bought together, the probability of, let's say, A of getting into that transaction is really very high. So that kind of association we try to analyze into the association rules. So when we generate an association rules, they tell us that what is the frequency of items that are bought together into a set of something. So let's say I'm buying 3 products, and the frequency of me buying those 3 products into combination is really very high. So that's what we try to identify for from this analysis. So there are 3 things that we calculate into when we perform this analysis. One is support, another one is confidence, and third is lift. So for support, it is based on a very, if you remember the set theory, when we say A union B, so it consider on that fact only. When we say the frequency of X and Y divided by N, so this is the value of support, where we say that what are the items that are present into a basket. Apart from that, the second term that we try to calculate is the confidence. If you remember the set theory, or the probability of B of in the event of A. So that's where we calculate confidence. Both the values of support and confidence gives us the value of lift, where lift is something that both the support and confidence is showing us the probability of A, B, and C, where we say if the value of lift is greater than 1, then we say yes, this is the transaction, or this is the rule that has the highest probability together. So basically, it depends on the value of lift that we can calculate. So I want to analyze that I'm not interested into a value of lift which is lesser than 1. Why? Because if a lift value is equals to 1 or lesser than 1, then there is no significance of these transactions. So I will automatically, fix my minimum value of lift to greater than 2 or a greater than 3, because I'm interested into most, frequently bought items, or I'm interested into very strong association rule items. So that is something that how we calculate that is something on the basis how we calculate these rules, and how it tell us that which of the transaction or which of the items are showing the maximum frequency together. So this is one of one of the depiction that let's say this is one basket. This is one transaction that is happening into one basket. Why we say a basket analysis? Why? Because we consider here is this is one basket, this is another basket, and this is the third basket. In every basket, there are items that are bought together. So when we say that the occurrence frequency of these three items is very high, what we are trying here to say is that in each basket, these three items have occurred the maximum times. So this is something very basic. We have to understand that how we can leverage these results, and how we can frame strategies out of these results. So this is something that I wanted to make you understand. Apart from this is the same formula that is based that how we use market basket analysis and how we calculate and how we filter our results. Apart from that, as I told, that we are only interested into the lift value which is greater than 1, which means a positive correlation is more commonly purchased between the products in the product set, that is an items A and B, if we are saying that A and B are together, bought together. And if we are say that it is less than 1, which means that it is unlikely to be purchased together for the negative correlation of the item set, that is product in the items A and in the item set A and B. So if the value is less than 1, we are not interested into that. We might say that there is no significant association between these item combination, and if it is greater than 1, then we are interested into it. So this is very basic examples that we can understand that how it works on the theory of probability, or how you calculate it on numerically if you want to calculate. So let's say there are 3 of them bought together, milk, and 2 bought potato chip, and 3 bought both of them. So this is the transaction history that you are saying, and this is the relatively value of support of milk, which is the probability of milk, and this is the value of support of potato chip, which is the probability of potato chip, and this is the support value of or the probability of milk and potato chip to be bought together. So here we say that what will be the confidence value. So confidence value will be the support of milk and potato chip bought together, 2 divided by the support of milk. That is basically the association rule, if you remember, in the probability. And that gives this value. And if we calculate with the value of both of these values and we calculate the value of lift, it is giving us 1.67. So hence we can say that yes, potato and milk and potato chip are bought together. And this is one of the most frequently placed items or most frequently buyed item in combination into our baskets. So one of the case study that I also extract from the database. This is one case that has been published into IEEE, and where it was a real experiment that was done using via market basket analysis by O-Fish restaurants, where they wanted to design their menu. And they were actually practicing carrying out restaurant strategies and operations, and they found that in menus that are rarely ordered by customers, and in the end the menu cannot have a positive impact and do not generate any profit for the restaurant. And they want to identify that how they should actually design their menu card so that customers can buy items from there, and customer can order items in combination. And for that purpose, they framed a market basket analysis, and they try to find out most frequently buyed or most frequently ordered menu that they could find from their transactional history. So some of the results that the case study shows was the fact that yes, they were actually able to find out that this application produces item association rules or menu combination that was showcasing a very positive customer purchasing pattern, and they use it for promotional strategies and to target on the accurate customers and to target on the accurate menu strategy so that their customers can buy frequently and their customer can order frequently from their menu. Apart from that, they also acknowledged that market basket analysis were useful for their sales promotion strategy, and they were actually able to reframe their menu, and they were actually able to utilize this item association rules in their customer purchase patterns. And this was something that was very insightful from this case. And if anyone is interested into getting the access of this full case, I don't remember whether it was an open source. If it is not, they can email me or something. I can provide the case. And there are a lot of cases that are present where it is showcased that not even in the retail sector, but in the hospitality sector, in the tourism sector. Market basket analysis have shown verified results into the sales pattern, and it has been understood that these association rule gives a very significant value where we could identify their customer behavior, and they can frame their service or their bundle strategies like that, where the frequency of the customer interacting with them increases. So when we talk about the market basket analysis into the machine learning, that how we actually use it, I think the a priori algorithm, we have a library a priori, and it is also present into R, where today we are going to see that how we use CellStrat platform to actually, you just need to have a data, and where you can use the CellStrat platform to actually build the insight, and then you can use these insight into framing your strategy. But anyone who is interested into really trying these algorithms, they can also use our platform, which is also very user friendly for the beginners, and they can use it they can use the library a priori. So I'll just open the CellStrat.
How recommendation is different from collaborative filtering in data science? So are there different approaches to the same objective?
Yeah. So the recommendation engine, in my pack also, you will see the recommendation engine build on collaborative filtering, the recommendation engine build on market basket analysis using a priori algorithm. So all these actually calculate the similarity index amongst the items. But the only difference is how they calculate the similarity index. So in the market basket analysis, we are using these formulas. Into the collaborative filtering, we are using another formula. So it depends that what analysis for, let's say, if I am having a I want to frame my recommendation engine for a Netflix, where I want to actually do I want to identify movies that are mostly watched or frequently watched. More probably I will use a collaborative filtering recommendation engine or content based recommendation engine, where I can match the similarity on the basis of textual or the genre index. But when I say on the product category or when I say on the service category, I would rather go for a market basket analysis. So yes.
So you're saying it based on use case. So it's not that collaborative filtering will have more accuracy than association rule?
No. There will be no, it's not like that collaborative filtering will have a more accuracy. Rather, it depends that if you have a product category, you should, I think we should go for market basket analysis, because the association rule gives more decent insight rather going for collaborative filtering. So I will just open the CellStrat Hub for us to, just a moment. So meanwhile, it takes some time to actually get started. If there are any question we need to discuss regarding this analysis, we can. Okay, how recommendation engine design? So there is one question. How recommendation engine design algorithm or methods like association rule mining and collaborative filtering approach similar or different in order to maintain a good customer relationship management? I don't really so how it is done? So let's say when I will show the analysis, let's say that the association rule, via association rule, you are seeing that a particular kind of, let's say, as I use the example, that a potato chip, a sauce, and a particular kind of biscuits is showing a very highest similarity index or a very highest value of lift. So you can place that thing as a recommendation to your customer. Why? Because it basically works most of the time. Recommendation engine works on the fact either you do a personalized recommendation, why you are recommending me something that is very specific to my choice of items, or either you recommend something that is mostly buy together. So if I watch a movie on a Netflix and you are recommending me a movie, more probably you will recommend me something that is very specific to my taste, right? Or to very specific to my movie watch list. But when you do into a retail segment, or when you do into a lifestyle segment where you want to cross sell your products and cross sell your any product which is not bought very frequently, and you want to place it with something that is bought very frequently, in that way you can use market basket analysis. You can identify which are the most frequently bought products, and then you can recommend it to other customers, so that your sales and your engagement to your customers increases. So how I will know that what other healthy items are coming to your retail store? How can Big Basket tell me that this is the new category of drug that customers are buying in the healthy segment? They can do it while recommending me. But if they stick to my taste, they will only recommend me whatever purchase pattern I have shown in the past. So on the basis of use case, you actually frame your recommendation engine. And that's why you will see in the Amazon page, there are three segments: customer who bought this together frequently, customer who, or there will be a segment more that the items that are proposed for you. Specifically, there are items that are the Amazon is proposing, or Amazon is recommending for you, and there is a segment where it is showing that customer who bought it very frequently together. So these two actually depend on the use case that you want to frame for your recommendation engine. I think so. Yeah, Satyajit, is this like solves your query, or it is taking time? Any other question or any other discussion we could have? I'm just opening. Yeah, it is.
So one question I had was that this whole thing is part of marketing automation suites. So there are companies and startups which provide marketing automation software. So is this part of that, or this is considered more of a marketing analytics suite of tools?
It is more of a kind of a marketing analytics, but yes, now as we said that, we are building recommendation models more very efficiently. So it can be a part of automation model as well, but the basic of this lies the same. So rather you say marketing analytics, or you say customer centric analytics, or you say business analytics. The point is that how you take decision into a business from your product side or from your customer side, you have to generate some kind of valuable insight. So this is something that you can do it, and you can frame your data driven decisions or your data driven strategies. But you need to know that how to actually innovate your product. Even if you want to innovate a new segment or new category of your product development, you need to know that what are your customers more interested into. You will always want to create a product category that satisfies your customers. So you can actually identify that what is the characteristic of product that is very frequently bought by your customers, and how you can, if you are doing a new product development, that how you can incorporate some of those aspects of your products. So yeah, I would say it's more of a kind of a customer analytics or a marketing analytics aspect, but it can go forward with automation as well. Why it is taking
Hey, Honey,
time.
this is Ankush. I have one more question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are two scenarios. One is like we go to a physical retail store and buy things where the
Yeah.
items are put in front of the shelf, depending
Yeah.
upon how the sales went on what is the priority overall of the sales, right? So
Yeah.
there, suppose a walk-in customer footfall buys like combination of products. So how do you decide this correlation between the products? Okay, how many products are bought together? Because usually people buy more than two products together, right? So
Yeah.
that is one question. Second question is, if you go to the online retail scenario, Amazon, Flipkart, XYZ, so in
Yeah.
that case, we don't get to see the combination of products. We get to see the products that we have bought most of the times, or what we have searched for, right? So how both are different? Like, that's the question.
Okay, so first question, when you said that when a customer walk into a store, if I'm getting it correct, when a customer walk into the store and how the items are placed is going to affect the purchasing of a customer. If I'm right, you are trying to question that, right?
Yeah, yeah. And how do we find the correlation between two products? Because usually we buy, like people buy more than two products, right? How do you able to analyze that? Okay, these products should be put in the front shelf or XYZ shelf when customers
Yeah,
see
so
first,
here
right?
what,
That's what I'm
yeah,
coming
now I
from.
get it. So, Ankush, when we say that, this is the combination customer is buying very frequently, what we are here trying to say is that it can be more than two, it can be more than three. But what I want to know is that what is the strongest association? So see, we are not interested into, a frequency which is happening average time. I am interested into something which is very strong association. So it will be occurring more than the expected or the average percentage. So when I go to a store and you see there is a whole merchandise of when product plays a bread, sausages, any kind of I'd say chocolates or something. So that whole planning is done on the basis of which of your product should be placed nearby, so that if a customer, let's say, is buying one particular item and the customer is accessing that item more frequently, so it depends that if you place another item that is not selling at all, the probability that might be that customer will actually buy that product. So, see, understand, I will give you this by example. So, when Walmart realized that, okay, their customers are buying beers and diapers together, what they did was they put a sale, they put a sales promotion on beers. And what they did was they increased their value of diapers a slight bit. So that what they analyzed was that when the customer come into the store and when the customer is buying this in combination, they can play with the pricing of that two products. Apart from that, if they want to sell, let's say, a chocolate candy, and that is not selling at all, they can put it into the promotion and they can say, if you buy this together, you will get this on, let's say, so and so discount. So this is how the cross-sell strategies, they do it into the physical stores. So I will show it when you can see the rules that are generated. So let's say the rules are generated for more than four items. But here the point is that rather putting into a random position into a physical store, it is more important that you put it into some kind of relative position, so that customer can buy three or four products at the same time when it comes to that particular spot. So if you go to a Walmart store, it is very big. It is a giant items, plays in front of you. They don't want to create a cognitive dissonance into the mind of the customer when the customer walk into the store and they are seeing a lot of items at the same time. What they want to do is that if a customer is looking for one particular item, let's say I'm looking for a soup, so I will put noodles or I will put a same kind of category beside that product only, so that the customer do not have to walk in around the store to buy the second product. So that's how actually they put all the planning of the store. Your second question, I didn't remember what was that. If you can repeat it, Anuj.
Yeah, that was more on the online retail thing. Like,
Yeah,
I think I just trying to understand. They only give the filters on the basis of how many products you have subscribed or how many times
yeah.
you have bought
I
a
now
product.
now I
Yeah.
got it. Yeah. So Anuj, when let's say I'm framing a recommendation engine to target you, right? So one option for me is that I frame a model of a recommendation product which is based on your transaction history. So let's say you are buying some things every month, and I now recommend you products that are based or that are similar to your product category, right? That is something we do in a collaborative filtering. But when I'm saying that I am recommending you something into a combination, then I will definitely go and I want you to buy a new product. Then I will definitely go for a market basket analysis. Why? Why I will recommend you products that are more frequently buy together. So this is a very different aspect of your recommendation. What you see when you go to your big basket and you see the items similar to your transaction history, that is actually giving you on the basis of collaborative and on the basis of your transactions. But market basket analysis give you all the bundle, all the products that are mostly bought together, and that is a different kind of recommendation. That's not what why I'm not targeting you to actually buy something that you have already bought. I'm targeting you to buy something in combination that you might have not bought it. But if I give it into a combination offer to you, you will buy it. So let's say you are buying bread and egg, and I have a specific category of bread that has been used into treatment. Go with the you must see chai, right? It's a tea. So you are having say, a cinnamon tea, or you have tea very frequently. And I know that the combination of cinnamon tea and a brownie goes very frequently to. So in your message, or in your, if I want to target you, I will promote your text message where I would say you buy a cinnamon tea with a it's 20% off or a 10% off. So more frequently you will buy it. I might have thought that okay, I might try it for new. So this is how customers are targeted, and customers are pushed to buy something new, as well as they don't want to do it because well, they propose something random to you, you become a dissatisfied. I think that is very frequent or very tried by them. This makes it okay. Start. Is it something that you want?
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Thanks. That was helpful.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just setting these skins. Service. How a
Honey, you are
business.
breaking up. Is it just for me or others as well? Sorry?
Start. Vivek.
Can
Suraj,
others?
I think,
Honey,
we are also facing the similar thing. So voice is breaking a bit.
yeah, Honey, you are breaking up sometimes. So maybe change Wi-Fi something.
Okay. I just I think so. You will. Is it better now?
Yes,
Yeah.
keep speaking.
Is it better now?
Yes.
I think it was just with my, let me just try the conventional ones.
Yeah, now it's okay actually.
Okay, so let me just go with the speaker only. So yeah,
There-
we have started. Let me
There's a
just open the pack.
there's a question on chat about
Yeah.
replacing products with services. Then services bundling also follows same process.
Yes. So as I said, the precursor for market basket analysis is when you have a lot of product depth or your service depth. So let's say you have very subcategorization of services. So one good example of this is Grammarly. So when Grammarly came, so Grammarly simply came with your grammar correction and all, but then slowly and steadily they actually entered into you can check your similarity, you can also rephrase your sentences, you can also do summarization. And then when your services extend to n number, so then you need to actually identify that what are the services your customer are more frequently subscribing into. And then you can also target the customers who are not the presently your subscription category, but you can target them by promoting your bundle strategies or bundle services strategies. So one of the precursor of market basket analysis that I have personally realized is that you need to have a depth into your services, and you need to have a width also. You need to have a good portfolio of your services. If you have one or two services, then I would not recommend that it will give much insight. Apart from that, let me just start with that. Okay, yeah. I'm just sharing my screen and I'm just putting off my camera for a while so that we can have a good connection. I hope you can see my screen. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think if you have the marketing analytics pack that is present in the CellStrat Hub, you may find this market basket analysis too in that pack, where it is given the a priori algorithm one project and the collaborative and the hybrid filtering as well. So you have to go with the a priori algorithm that has been taken in the present scenario and in the present class, and then you shall open with the a priori algorithms. One thing that I also want to highlight is that the first step that all the three analysis that I have taken in the past, considering today also, we need a structured transactional data of your customer. So if you see the data, if I could, highlighted the, what kind of data you require is something that, as I said, that in the RFM analysis, you also need some part of your customer transactional data. And in the today in the market basket analysis as well, you require to have the only the transactional column of your customer transactional data. So what I am interested into is that if this is the first transaction by a customer, then the first transaction the customer bought milk, bread, and biscuit. In the second transaction, customer bought bread, milk, and biscuit and cornflakes. In the third transaction, customer bought bread, tea, Bonvita, and something else. So this kind of data, in all the analysis, you require a structured customer transactional data. And if I go in the further analysis, you may also require the unstructured data as well. But these analysis require the transactional data that is frequently recorded in any businesses, in all the businesses. So in the first step, what you need to do is you need to import the necessary libraries, and also you want no header in the data set. So you don't want any kind of header like saying this is the product column or something like that. You need to have first column to be the first transactional of the customers. So first you need to just install the a priori. As I told that this is the library that you require. And once it is done, the second step is to import all the other required libraries, that is the NumPy, the pandas, and other one. So yeah, it will take some time, but it will do it. So if you see in the next step, you need to do is that you need to import the data set, and there is no header in the data set. The first column, the first row start with the transactional history as only. So once this is done, you need to just import your data set. Yeah, and then so the third step is that we are required to get the list of the item in the every transactions. And why we are doing is that we actually make the list so that so we need, there are two loops that we need to run. One will be for the total number of transactions, and other will be for the total number of columns in every transaction. So this is basically this is going to work as a training data set for the algorithm when we are making the list. And this is something that, when I was telling that you can play with you can actually put the values of lift and confidence and support. So imagine that when you have a very very big data, and when you have a lot of transactions, when you have millions of transactions, and when you have thousands of transactions, you are interested into the most significant rules. You're not interested into something which have a lesser value, or so you actually, the most important value that you need to place is the lift value. Why? Because lift value actually determine the strongest association rules that you need to target. Once it is done, then you have to just print the suggestions. So here, this is the important part, because all the technical requirements are already covered in this algorithm. You need to just to put in your data, and you need to just run the algorithm. Make sure that the data is in the structured in this form, so that you may not occur in any kind of error. If you see here that we are getting a lift value which is greater than 3, that is the maximum lift value is 4. So that means ki a customer who will buy jam will definitely go for a Maggie. And this is something that, some of the transaction that one must cannot predict, or one must cannot randomly predict that, okay, a person who's going to buy jam will buy a Maggie. But this is how something, these rules and these analysis result will give insight into. So this you can see a very obvious on milk and biscuit. This is also showing a good relation, a good association, and the value is 3.3. This is the strongest, which is 6.6, which is a coffee and a chocolate or something. And then it is the other one is the jam and the Maggie again, and tea and coffee, tea and cornflakes, sugar and cornflakes. So this is something that how it is insightful, and I think you can play with this with the value of lift, different values of lift, and then you can create your own customized way of items, and you can generate rules. So I think that's it. Yeah. So, am I visible?
Yeah. So there's a question on chat.
Yeah.
If you can see that.
Yeah. I will imagine replacing with services. Okay. How we can draw similarity or association between RFM analysis and market basket analysis. So RFM, as I said, that RFM analysis is where you identify the characteristic of a customer. So from the RFM analysis, you identify who are your loyal customers, who are your more, can be a loyal customers, and who are the customers who are actually on the verge of leaving your product or your services. So this will tell you the characteristic of a customer. Market basket analysis give you the characteristic of your product, how frequently, what are the products that are buy together, or what are the products that you need to work upon. They are not getting into the transaction, and they are not liked by the customers. So this both analysis, in overall, it is going to give you some kind of sales strategy, some kind of value generation strategy, but they both reflect different kind of aspect. So one reflect from the customer's aspect, and the other one reflect from the product centric aspect. So market basket analysis is generally used when you want to build a recommendation engine, when you really want some promotional strategies. For example, you are seeing that some of the products are just consuming your inventory, and you don't want to actually pay for those inventory rate, and you want them to go with some products. So you do a bundle strategy where you give them with some combinational offer, you clear your inventory from that products. Or you want to just engage with your customers, you want to give them some kind of offers. So what products you should give them. So this is something, the basic difference between RFM and the market basket analysis. And in the more, like, for example, if you see other is, if I could see that one was that credit card defaulter. If you see one project also in my marketing analytics pack. So whatever I have done into the marketing analytics pack, I have only taken the customer data and how the customer data can be play around, so that it is more valuable for a business. And when a business want to make decision, more of a kind, they want to do it customer centric. So yes, that's it. I think, Satyajit, I hope that I have answered your question. Okay. So that was for today. This is the third analysis that I have taken. There are advanced analysis, but I wanted to actually cover the basic ones, and then we can proceed to the advanced one. But you can also try with this, making your own dashboard of your customers. If you are into businesses where you have a lot of customer data and you want to make some insightful, or you want to propose to your managers some strategies, then you can play with all the three analyses, and you can also propose some insights. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for having me and for listening me.
Any other questions, audience, quickly before we log off? Okay, so Hani, you said there are some more advanced analysis. Are those included in the marketing pack you have, or they are
Yeah,
not?
I think they are actually, but some of them are into the social media analytics pack. So there are two packs. They may be into different packs, but yeah, they are.
Okay, so audience, we encourage you to try CellStrat Hub, and you will find a couple of marketing and social media marketing packs. And there's a new one we are working on with Honey, which is a massive data set analysis in this sequence of packs. Any other questions for Honey or CellStrat in general? So those of you who are students, we have a very exciting hackathon coming up at RV College of Engineering in Bengaluru on 10th and 11th of Feb, and we have a series of workshops to support that as well. And thanks a lot for joining today. Thanks, Honey. Very insightful conversation as usual, and look forward to your next sessions already.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.